I saw an example where a professor gets up in front of the students and he puts two empty bottles, the jars, clear jars made of glass. They're not bottles, they're jars with thick openings. And he takes one jar and he takes sand or something with small granules and fills that bottle or that jar with that cereal. And he asks the students and says, "Is this jar full?" And the students say, "Yeah." And he says, "Is there any place for anything else in this jar?" "No, you can't fit anything because it's full of small things." He takes the second jar, and the first thing he does, and he says, he puts these big balls in it, a couple of them, all the way to the top, and he asks the students, "Is this jar full?" They say, "Yeah." "Is there room for anything else?" Everyone's quiet. So he takes something with smaller, balls or something, fills it in, and says, "Is this jar still full?" "Yes." "Is there room for more?" He takes sand, pours sand, and the story keeps going and going, and eventually he even says, "And look, there's even room for beer." He takes water and pours it in, even after everything's topped out. And the point that he's saying is, you have to prioritize your life. You do not have place for big things if you have filled your life with little things. And everything's full with little things, and you're all over the map, and you're just full of that, and you're running around. But if you start with big things in your life, and you take care of that, then you'll have time for smaller things and smaller things. This example is really good. In the scriptures today, everyone has read 1 Peter verse 1, 17 and 18, it says, "And if you call on the Father, who without respect of persons judgeth according to every man's work, pass the time of your sojourning here in fear, for as much as you know that you were not redeemed with corruptible things as silver and gold, from your vain conversation." Vain conversation means vanity or vain life. Life that is spent on small things. And there are many of those things, and you completely dedicate your life to those tiny things. You got to do this, you have to go work, you have to take care of your family, you have to buy a house, you have to pay your mortgage, you have to plant a tree, you have to water the tree, you have to prune the tree, you have to, and a person spends his life spinning on small things. That is this world. Ecclesiastes, thousands of years already clearly explained it, what this world is. This world is vanity. People are completely consumed on earthly things, how to make their lives better here. That's it. And they spend their entire life, all the energy there, and then they come home exhausted because they work so hard. But that work is useless because that will not get them eternity. But if you spend your time on big things first, and you be careful not to be distracted by small things, that's where care goes. If you are careful in doing the big things first, then you will have room for smaller things and smaller things and smaller things. That's where the care is for a Christian. For a person who is under the law or under religion, they cannot be like this. They have to take care not to step into something because it's in their heart, and they have to be careful not to let that out. They put all their care into shielding themselves so that others don't see what's really inside. A Christian who has Jesus Christ in their heart can see that miles away. He can see lust miles away. He can see those things. It's just his eyes. He can see them. That care is natural to him. It's there. It's inside of him. It's his spirit. He can discern the spirits. It's just obvious to him because he's a child of day. He can see things when it's light. You can see everything very, very clearly. But what is care? The care is just like then 1 Peter chapter 4, he says, "For as much then as Christ hath suffered for us in the flesh, Arm yourself likewise with the same mind that he that has suffered in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to lusts of men, but to the will of God. That is where care has to be put. What is the will of God for us? The will of God is sanctification. That we are pure and blameless and sanctified for Him, for His heavenly kingdom. Take care to set your priorities straight. And once they are straight, just stick to the goal. Stick to those priorities. And the number one priority is to be pleasing to God. And the only way to be pleasing to God is to be righteous and holy and not be consumed with things of this world. This world always runs after riches, after lusts, after careers, after glory, after planting a tree, then watering that tree, then pruning that tree, then building a house, then taking care of the house, then kids. And the whole life just keeps going, and there is no time for God. Take care, like everyone has already said, take care to live for God. That is your priority. That is our priority. That's why we are here. No one's forcing us. But we have all decided to give our lives to God. But life is so hectic. That's right. That's what this world is. That's why Peter says that these were because of traditions of your fathers. In other words, your fathers passed this along. When this world began to form, right away they said, okay, I got to get a house. It's kind of cold, right? Because they were kicked out of peace and care of God from the Garden of Eden. So they suddenly had to take care of themselves. That's how this world began to form. Today it's no different. Look around, there's so much to do. There's no time for anything. That's right. Put away those things. Put away everything and concentrate on God, on faith. First, make sure you are saved. Make sure your conscience is clear and your heart is pure. And if you are, then help others. That's it. There's no other priorities. The rest is irrelevant. It will pass. Your kids will pass. Your wives will pass. Your families will pass. Your careers will pass. The trees will pass, and the houses, and everything else that there is. Those things are not important. Life passes either way. And you don't remember what you ate a year ago, this day. And you don't remember what your thoughts were a year ago, this day. You don't remember what your thoughts were 2 days ago at this time. Everything passes. Wise person, or the person who is born of God, takes care to stay focused, to be in faith. That faith is about heavenly kingdom. The priority is that. That's it. Take care to keep that faith. Take care not to be distracted by the worries of this world, because that's what the Gentiles do. We live among them. It's everywhere. You talk to the people and say, yeah, that's a good idea. I need to do the same thing. Look at that. They're successful in that. Or look what they did over there. Or look what the neighbor did. Or look what he did. Or look what they do this. Oh man, I didn't do this. I should do this. This is a good idea. And it just keeps on going and going and going and going. There's so many ideas. But they are all pointless. And you spend your time on it. And you take care on the little things. Remember the jars. The little things. There are so many of them. And if you fill your life with that, you will have no time for anything. This is a topic that we had about priorities. Remember? About, I don't have time. That's right, you don't, because you filled yourself, you filled your life with little things. Pour that out Fill it with big things. Fill your life with big things first. Take care of those things. What are those big things? Put them in your heart. Everything else should not be there. That's it.